to close at another all-time high. There is much more CBS News ahead, including a presidential election that was more like a French soap opera. Extramarital affairs, tabloid headlines, but people still flock to the polls. Europe's most active volcano put on quite a show today. For the third time in 3 weeks, molten lava spewed from Mount Etna in Sicily. Red rivers oozed down the slopes of the volcano, but authorities say the eruption poses no threat to people who live nearby. Elsewhere in Europe, France is still buzzing tonight over its presidential election. Nicolas Sarkozy won a race that featured tales of extramarital affairs and children born out of wedlock. Americans might be surprised to learn that apparently none of that was important to the voters. Our senior political correspondent Jeff Greenfield tells us what they did care about.
The first woman with a chance at the presidency who never married the father of her 4 children and who outdueled him for her party's nomination. The conservative candidate whose mistresses are almost as well known as the lovers of his wife. A wife who hints she may not even move into the presidential residence. Of course, this isn't America, it's France.
C'est la victoire de la France.
Where 52-year-old Nicolas Sarkozy led his conservative party to a solid 7-point victory over 53-year-old Ségolène Royal. Why did all this matter so little? Well, extracurricular sex is almost part of a French politician's resume.
They know that if they don't have mistresses, people will consider they don't have power. If you have a sexual power, you have a big power in the politics.
Maybe it's because a whole lot more important was at stake. What to do about a slow-growth economy with the highest jobless rate in Europe, with virtual lifetime job security and a 35-hour work week. What to do about an immigrant population jammed into so-called suburbs, ghettos more accurately, with large numbers of rootless, jobless youth. When riots there broke out in 2005, Sarkozy labeled the perpetrators scum and found himself labeled as a racist. These issues were powerful enough to produce the kind of personal, in-your-face exchanges during a pre-election debate that Americans would have found startling.
Et les parents et les familles qui vous en... Et les parents... Non, je ne me calmerai pas.
Ne montrez pas du doigt avec cet index pointé, parce que franchement...
Non, je ne me calmerai pas. Non, je ne me calmerai pas.
Maybe the most significant result from this side of the Atlantic is that Sarkozy promises to be a lot more friendly toward Washington than outgoing President Jacques Chirac, a forceful opponent of the Iraq War. Although Sarkozy did note pointedly the U.S. must do a lot more about global warming.
One more note, the turnout in France was 85%, and that's 30 points better than we did last time. One reason, they vote on Sunday over there. Of course, if we tried voting on Sunday in November, the turnout among men might be a bit thin. Jeff Greenfield, CBS News.